we're going to have grace when we sit here and look at how we're going to handle it.
This is Cowboys owner Jerry Jones.
Team owner Jerry Jones right in the middle.
Always knowing a good shot when he sees one.
So we don't need to touch politics. We don't need to touch politicians.
Except this just simply isn't true.
Jones saying his players must stand for the Star-Spangled Banner and will not be allowed to stay in the locker room.
Shut up and dribble.
Jones loves and respects the national anthem so much that when it was being played before the start of practice Saturday, he left his cap on. And when he was told about the mistake he was making, he still left his cap on.
Endless hypocrisy. I recognize that guy making a mockery of the anthem.
We've asked for the platform. As I mentioned earlier, we have the platform. We're going to show grace. I'm going to show grace. Our policy is that you stand at the anthem, toe on the line.
Not very graceful, Jerry. Arrogance is not a strong enough word. Imperious doesn't do the trick. Autocratic may meet the threshold. At the end of the day, whatever term you pick, a man worth nearly $9 billion aligns himself with a white nationalist president, an authoritarian point of view, and an egotistical nature in attempting to win football games.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Well, the proof is in the pudding. It is, however, his recent comments that should raise some eyebrows. We're going to show grace. I'm going to show grace. And I'd like to show that kind of grace on a sensitive matter. Everybody is genuine here. I have one thing. My job is to run the Dallas Cowboys. My job is to do what's right. A non-answer, but judging from his past, we know the outcome. First, on his overuse of the word grace. When a reporter asked why Jones supports Republicans, he replied, "That's how the country should be run, but don't with me, all right?" Per Jones, Republicans have run the country right. He explained to the reporter to kick the asses of people like you. Was this a graceful exchange? Jones also donated $1 million to President Donald Trump's inaugural committee, part of a total of $7.7 million NFL owners gave for Trump's inauguration, USA Today reported in 2017.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Trump management was charged with discriminating against African Americans and breaking federal law.
I just say very simply, why doesn't he show his birth certificate?
Jones knew what he supported, yet unrelented in said support.
Jennifer, congratulations on the wedding. Now, you know he's with a black girl tonight, don't you?
This was Jones who bumped into a fan who was about to get married. The man, who is white, asked Jones if he could videotape a message for his fiancée. Nice message, dude. Prior to Jones's non-answer we played previously, new Dallas signee Dontari Poe called out Jones. Rightfully so. A point the great Richard Sherman backed up. It's not pulling them like it is the rest of the country. Because if it was, then they'd speak. Jerry Jones, especially, has no problem speaking up any other time about anything else, but when it's such a serious issue and he could really make a huge impact on it with a few words, his silence speaks volumes. One thing he did speak up on, attendance at Dallas Cowboys games, where Texans can see their beloved team play, potentially for the final time in their lives, as Jones has no problem sacrificing the well-being of his fans to enrich his pockets. If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.